There's a developing story regarding the United States and Afghanistan refugees pitting some veterans groups against decisions coming out of the White House. It has to do with roughly 200,000 Afghans who are seeking resettlement in the United States. Many claim connection to having helped our troops during the terrible war in that country. A Reuters report reveals that the State Department's Office of Overseeing Afghanistan Resettlement in the United States has been ordered to draft plans to shut down by April. This isn't just a pause, this is the Trump administration saying that the resettlement effort is over. Since 2022, this office, known as CARE, has brought 118,000 Afghans to the United States. I've pointed out concerns over the vetting of these individuals. Inspector General reports show that the vetting was not properly done by the Biden administration, as veteran Shawn VanDiver and I discussed on this program. We've seen these reports from the Inspector General saying that DHS may have admitted or paroled individuals in the United States who pose a risk to national security, and they'll wonder about another wave of 100,000 or 200,000 more. What would you say to folks that are concerned about the vetting process?
I would refer folks to the Heritage Foundation report that says that the refugee admissions program is safe, legal, secure immigration. I would refer folks that there hasn't been an incident where an SIV has done something to cause harm. And in cases where somebody has radicalized, like this Oklahoma City case, unfortunately, every population has bad apples. Every population has people that are jerks, right? And what you have to do with those people is you have to identify them, you have to isolate them, and you have to excise them. Nobody wants people that are going to cause harm, do violent crimes. Nobody wants folks like that here, but we can't wipe away the service of all these other folks. So in the case of this gentleman from, I call him gentleman, but obviously not a gentleman, this accused terrorist from Oklahoma City, he radicalized after he got here. He wouldn't have popped on any of the vetting, but he did come as a parolee, never went through all the way through the SIV process. As soon as he radicalized, the FBI caught it. This is a case of the system working.
Now the administration says closing the State Department's Office for Afghan Resettlement is yet another example of promises made, promises kept. To unpack this, we've asked Shawn VanDiver to come back and join us. He's a Navy veteran and president of AfghanEvac, a coalition fighting to assist those seeking resettlement in the United States from Afghanistan. Shawn's been vocal in calling this move a national disgrace in a Reuters piece. He's also penned a powerful letter to American veterans who served in the global war on terror. Shawn, thanks so much for joining me again on the program. What's your reaction to this move by the State Department that you want to share with our viewers?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me back. Look, Congressman, the reality is that this shutdown of CARE, the planned shutdown of CARE, what the State Department has done is they've asked CARE and other offices that have equities in the relocation effort to come up with a plan for wind down. They didn't say options. They said a plan for wind down. And we think that this must be a mistake because we know that we haven't gotten all of our allies out yet, and we know that President Trump cares about this. We know that President Trump campaigned about Afghanistan. We know that he brought families who lost their loved ones at Abbey Gate out onto the stage at the RNC, and we know that those families are still trying to get folks out. We know that this vetting is strong and it's working, and the folks that came in the initial tranche are not under the enduring welcome vetting. This is strong, legal, secure immigration. So we're trying to make sure that folks who were upset in August of 2021 when we were leaving our allies behind know that we're about to do it again and we can still stop it from happening.
I guess that what shocked me was the sheer number. Like 118,000 have already come, and there are 200,000 more people. You'd think with that many people in Afghanistan, we would have won the war, not lost it, if that many people were helping us. Are you concerned that some of the 200,000 Afghans who want to come here might not have had sufficient direct involvement, but it's like an uncle or a second cousin that is merely just trying to accelerate an immigration to the United States, not under some sort of persecution in Afghanistan?
I'm so glad you asked me that, because what's so important about this is enduring welcome is all about safe, legal pathways, and it's just immediate family. It's not like you can get your cousins or your uncles. You have to have a direct tie to the mission or be immediate family. So moms and dads, children under the age of 21. Look, the reality here is that not every one of those people will pass. Not every one of those people is going to pass vetting, but they all deserve a shot. If they're in the pipeline, if they've been referred in, they all deserve a shot at completing the vetting and getting onto their shot at the American dream that our servicemen men and women promised them through 20 years of war.
Yeah, what concerns me is just whether or not they all were indeed connected, but you're saying that's the referral process that pipes them in. If this program indeed does shut down, if this office shuts down, will there be other avenues for these folks to claim asylum and make their argument, or will that mean that they stay in Afghanistan either way?
Well, what I'm really worried about is that they may be driven to our borders, and that's not where they should go at all, right? These folks deserve this shot. And to be clear, but there's two pathways, right? There's the consular pathway, so SIVs and immigrant visas, family, and then the refugee pathway, which is family of active duty service members, partner forces that served alongside us, people who stood up for the idea of America and are now in danger. Both pathways have validation and vetting. You can't get through unless they can verify that you are who you say you are and you did in fact do what you say you did. So even if you tried to game one part of the system, it's like Swiss cheese, right? There's layers and layers and layers. So the truth is that no, as it stands right now, those are the only pathways in, and we shouldn't be making it harder. We should be making it harder for people who are coming here that are coming here illegally, but not for this safe legal immigration.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there, and we'll continue to follow this story and see if these plans come into fruition. Shawn VanDiver, founder of AfghanEvac, thank you for your service to the Navy, to the country, and for coming on to share your perspective.
Thanks so much, Congressman.